Are you checking FanDuel? How to lose your money 101. FanDuel baseball. When you got Buster only, you'll get no points for not breaking up the fight. I said Buster only, Buster Posey. I want to call him only.
Buster only do baseball too. It's cool.
Right. Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another little special edition right here at the UnProfessionals. As always, it's your boy Slim
And Caesar.
Now, when we started this whole sports thing, sports kind of rubs up and really against life. It's part of life. And then, we see a whole lot of type of social issues embedded within sports, probably more now so much than anything else in this digital media age, social media age. You're getting stuff from locker room sidelines. You got rules out there where players can't use Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So we like to talk about some of those social issues sometimes because we just feel like it's relevant and it actually makes for good banter. It actually makes for good conversation and it should spurn for solutions. That's what it should do. So today, we want to talk about a little something in the NFL.
Yeah, real quick. So came across a story involving the New York Football Giants.
Okay.
And their owner, John Mayer.
Right.
Obviously, in football, there's a recurring theme. Yes, they're still dealing with the domestic violence, and they should. And on some level, they probably should be still getting a little stronger. And side note, I want to hear from some of the women.
Yeah.
I'm like Stephen A. Smith. Like, y'all hired these women to be able to help guide this movement from the NFL. I ain't heard from not one of those hirees when all of these cases have come out. Like, why are they being... That's a different story for a different day. But Colin Kaeperinck still continues to drive some of this off the field story on why he can't get on the field. So,
he done busted glasses out.
I would like to read a quote from Mr. Mayer,
owner, New York Football Giants,
about Colin Kaepernick and his protest. It reads, "All my years being in the league, I never received more emotional mail from people than I did about that issue. If any of your players ever do that, we are never coming to another Giants game. It wasn't one or two letters. It was a lot. It's an emotional issue for a lot of people. More so than any other issue I've run into." Go ahead.
In football? So let me get this straight. So I want to make sure everybody understands. The owner released this statement as a response to the type of response that he got when fans found out that they were interested in possibly signing Colin Kaepernick to their ball club.
Right.
That he felt that a lot of people sent a lot of emotional mail, almost hate mails, what he really wanted to say, to the offices about, if you get that unpatriotic bleepity bleep on the team, we'll never come to the football game and buy overpriced concessions and parking and all. We won't do none of that. We won't be fans anymore. This is coming from an owner or the owner of the New York Football Giants.
Right. And you have to imagine that this is something that they're talking about in the league.
Yes.
Like, this isn't the only owner that shares this opinion. Can't be.
Right.
Can't be. But this is the first time that we've heard an owner come out and say, yeah, even if we was kicking the tires, we decided we were going to kick the tires because we didn't want to get any fan backlash.
And he said this is the most emotional. The most emotional thing. And the most talked about thing.
Let's go back in time just a little bit. This is the same team that had a kicker. A dime a dozen kicker. Josh Brown. Dime a dozen. You didn't want to release Josh Brown when he admitted to domestic violence against his wife.
And we had to find out that it had went through so many levels of reporting, him going to court, him admitting, him writing letters, him doing XYZ before you actually had to release it. And our boy Colin Kaeperinck can't make the ball club because he did a silent protest by kneeling. There are vets from the war that can't stand because they ain't got legs, that have been injured, got Agent Orange, walk on a cane, walk on a walker, that don't stand. So if we talk about just not standing, he didn't walk out, he didn't boo, he didn't go run out there and spit on the person that was singing. He didn't do none of that. He just said, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to kneel and whatever. And he's being treated like one Ray Rice who can't find work.
Right.
And that was a documented domestic violence case.
Right. Now, I'll go with the argument if we just stick with Ray Rice. Well, the reason Ray Rice ain't getting called back is because he can't play no more.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, he deteriorated. Okay. He had some football left in him, though. Somebody could kick the tires on his talent.
But we ain't going to make that excuse for Colin Kaepernick.
No.
Because we're not talking about a starting gig. Right. We're talking about a backup gig.
Right.
You only need the backup if your quarterback is hurt. Guys who have been backups. Blaine Gabbert still has a job as a backup.
He's trash.
Ryan Fitzpatrick just got signed to be a backup. Mm-hmm. And these New York Football Giants signed Geno Smith.
And I just realized he's from the Jets. He's from the Jets. He's from across the river, whatever, Colorado, whatever. They signed Geno Smith, and he's trash.
Now, are you gonna tell Mr. Merritt? Are you gonna tell me that you signed Geno Smith because you also signed Brandon Marshall early in the season, and you want to make sure that Brandon Marshall has somebody who was familiar with him, throwing him passes, just in case Eli got hurt? That's why you signed Geno Smith. Geno Smith, who got beat out. Beat up and beat out. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand how, one, you come out and you make this statement. Two, you blame it on fans. And then you say you got one, two, not just one, not just two. It was a lot. Well, you said you got more than two. What exactly is a lot?
5?
More, like 50? Half of your season ticket owners?
Right.
Can you show these letters? Can you put them out there? Because I don't understand what a lot is in reference to fans being upset, not just by Colin Kaepernick, but any of your players. They're going to stop coming to Giants games.
You know what? If I would have did some better research, I would know. Because, there were other players around the league that protested in certain ways. It would be good to see and look back if any players did anything like that, whether they held up a fist, whether they kneeled, whether they sat on a bench. It would be good to see because we didn't hear nothing about that. If any of your players did that last season and you ain't come out and say nothing about fans threatening to leave, now all of a sudden, you can't convince me that what Colin Kaepernick did was so bad. There's just no reason. There's no way.
The only owner that I remember really having something negative to say was Jerry Jones. He's the only one that I can remember saying, our players would never do something so disrespectful. Like he's the only owner that I can remember really saying he would not expect any of his players to take that route.
Right.
Other than him, people were silent on the issue.
Very much so, because it's a touchy issue. And then to blame it on the fans, that sound real shaky to me. Did he receive some type of mail? Even did he get some kind of something he heard from the fans? Possibly, but to say that you got 1, 2, a lot.
And that's the reason why you're not giving an opportunity to Kaepernick. I'd rather just come out and say, man, we think he's trash.
Right.
I'd question why you signed Geno Smith, but at least you lied. But don't say you got a lot of fan mail because it was emotional. Get out of here.
That's pretty weak, man. That's pretty weak. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not like any association, NFL, NBA, if it's your job, anything, if you're outspoken, if you do something within the law, if you do something within your handbook, whatever your rules and regulations is germane to your job. If you do those things and you don't disrupt anything, you should not suffer any consequences. Now, the hard thing is, people will say, well, we're not giving him a job because he did that. We're evaluating his play and we did this in XYZ.
Right.
So I hate to see that for him. In essence of he was just trying to do what was right and kind of stand up for people who didn't have a voice and take his advantage of having a voice. And it makes no sense. It's not cool. And if that man does not get a chance to play football because he took a knee, I'm not even going to bring up old stuff. There's been players that have got in the past that have got drunk, involved in an accident, killed people, a family, still got to play. There are people that's been busted for drugs numerous times. They still get to play. Josh Brown admitted to putting his hands on his wife. I mean, he went through all the things before they finally had to let him go.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. A lot of people don't realize that Ray Rice's first punishment was 2 games.
Right.
And I mean, and I'm not saying that anything that he did was okay, but his initial punishment was 2 ball games.
2 games.
So now and what makes this
there's never been a more emotional issue than.
And that's what makes it squirrely, because it's like an unwritten, it's nothing in the rules that say, hey, if my guy takes a knee, if my guy's unpatriotic. Because the thing about it is that if you can deem what he did was against player conduct policy,
right,
then why he ain't going through the program?
Right.
And that's what sucks, because you can't, the same way we calling it out now, we can't officially call somebody to the carpet about it. And that's what sucks, because now this man's livelihood is in jeopardy. It's dumb. It's stupid.
So the only saving grace that Colin Kaepernick has now is to get signed by the Seahawks if he wants to play football.
Right. Which we both said that was a pretty good landing spot for him. So, hey, man, I just want to say that I still think that what Colin did was very courageous. I think it was cool. I do, and I'm not one of these type of people that just like, oh, yeah, I'm black and I'm proud, and he ain't nothing wrong. He didn't vote. Colin, you holler at your boy on that. I could have told you at least go vote. You got to do both. Play the game a little bit, but what you did was more powerful. Yes, your vote, a pebble in the ocean.
Right.
But vote though, bro.
I liken what he did to when you post something on your social media and then somebody feels like, whether they know you or not, that they just gonna comment on it.
Right.
I didn't post this for you to comment. I did this because it was something that I wanted to say or I wanted to show. I even wanted to repost. Your comment is extra. It's not needed. It's not necessarily wanted. It's just there. And if I can accept that your comment is just there, you should be able to accept the fact that I just wanted to post and that's the end of it. No harm, no foul.
Right.
I ain't posting nothing illegal. I ain't doing nothing to cause no distraction to my team winning the game. Right. This is me before the game doing what I feel like is right to try to help out people who they don't get this platform.
Right.
Period, point blank, the end. I don't even know why it's an issue. Very disappointed in the Giants. Disappointed that this is obviously something that the rest of the owners are pushing throughout the league. They don't nobody want to call it a blackball. That's what it feels like. Colin Kaepernick's getting blackballed. There ain't nobody coming to his defense.
And I don't even know if we coming to his defense, but we definitely using this platform to say, hey, y'all, get that together. Because if y'all want to put that foolishness out, we're going to read through some of them lines. We might miss some things, but we ain't missed this.
Tom Brady, kneel for Black Lives Matter.
Ooh, good luck with that one. He going to have a concussion. He going to forget. He going to forget. And Giselle ain't gonna let him because she got to protect his knees for forever and forever. But hey, like I said,
every other football to himself.
But like I said, man, we always gonna give it to you straight, and we are gonna always talk about things that we feel are pertinent, and we're gonna be coming from the sports world and from that platform. But we also gonna talk about some more serious things. So be looking out for Colin Kaepernick land somewhere. Hopefully it's in Seattle.
Hopefully, man.
We'll see what else that, on Amar or Mayor or whatever his name is got to say. And we'll see what the rest of the league is going to do and see if we get anything from your boy Goodell or anything like that. But I guess we'll just see. But as always, and please comment, please, because we'll hit it back. But like I said, as always, it's Slim
and Caesar.
And this is the UnProfessionals. I'll let you later.